Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. We begin with a calamity averted with planning years ago. It is still safe to drive over the bridges to Hilton Head after a barge nearly hit one of the supports to the bridge closest to the island on Wednesday morning. The bridge supports have what they call fenders underneath the waterline to protect from just what happened. Yes, the fenders were damaged, but did what they're supposed to do, keep large boats from forcing a collapse of the bridge, kind of like what happened at the Key Bridge in Maryland a couple of months ago. Boaters are asked to minimize their wakes during any removal and repair operations, which will be done by the state's Department of Transportation. The still unidentified barge went about its business after the collision. We recently told you that the state was opting out of a federal program to feed kids over the summer, but at least in Beaufort County, the summer feeding program will go on. Governor McMaster said the federal program was COVID-related and needed to be retired, but Beaufort County kids will still be able to get free breakfasts and lunches this summer if they qualify. 12,000 students in the county are eligible for the program that delivers food to 28 locations in the county. The program is scheduled to start June 10th and run through the end of July. State legislators will come back in June to deal with budget issues, but have ended its session with a whole lot of unfinished business that'll have to start over after the November elections. Years after the Charleston 9 massacre, the legislature still has not enacted a hate crimes bill. Wyoming's the only other state that doesn't have one. A bill to expand the use of private school vouchers only made it through the state house. Tom Davis's medical marijuana bill, again, only passed the Senate. A proposal to consolidate several health agencies that had support in both houses was stopped by one state legislator. And liquor stores will not be open Sundays anytime soon. Tourism promoters were stopped by mom-and-pop store owners who want a day off. The legislature did pass laws allowing anyone who can legally own a weapon to carry it in the open. It banned gender-affirming care for transgender minors and removed the sales tax on feminine hygiene products. If you want to meet the next police chief for the city of Beaufort before they're hired, the city has picked its two finalists to succeed the retired Dale McDorman, one from inside the department and one from outside. Interim Chief Stephanie Price, who was the former chief of police in Bluffton for only 2 years before resigning and becoming Beaufort's deputy chief a little more than a year ago, and Kenneth Claymore, who's been the police chief in Sunset Beach for the last 7 years after serving as the chief of the Perkins Township Police Department in Sandusky, Ohio. Next Friday, the two will face a citizens panel, then be interviewed by the City Council. Then there'll be a meet and greet with the public between 6:30 and 8 p.m. All of these interviews will be live streamed on Zoom. You can contact City Hall for more details. For more details on these stories and other Lowcountry news, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Let's take a look at sports as we head into a big weekend with state championships nearly on the line. Justin Jarrett has more.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LocoSports.com. Hilton Head Christian Academy's baseball team will play for a state title for the first time since 2010 after the Eagles routed Williamsburg Academy 14-1 in 6 innings to complete a 3-game run with their backs against the wall. Hayden Brooks shut down the Stallions, and Cody, Bradt, and Colella had big nights at the plate to power HHCA into the SCISA 3A Championship Series. We still have hope for a Lowco-on-Lowco showdown if Hilton Head Prep can finish the job tonight against Pee Dee Academy. First pitch 5 p.m. at Porter-Gaud in Charleston. The Beaufort Eagles opened the Class 3A lower state tournament Waccamaw last night and suffered their first loss of the postseason, falling 8-5 to drop into the elimination bracket at Camden on Saturday. The sloppy track didn't slow down Hilton Head Prep's girls soccer team as the defending SCISA 3A champions earned a trip back to the title game by making quick work of Spartanburg Christian in a 10-0 win. Caladondo scored 4 goals, and Ashley Brothers had 2 goals and 2 assists to lead the Dolphins into a Lowco-on-Lowco matchup with John Paul II on Saturday. It sounds like that one will be played locally as a doubleheader with the Beaufort Academy versus Holy Trinity girls final in SCISA 2A-1A. We'll let you know the location of those title games and round up the scores after the games go final tonight on a special edition of the Lowco Sports Lowdown, and we'll recap the soccer finals in a special Saturday night episode of the Lowdown. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
We certainly started the weekend on a soggy note. Do we have any improvement planned for early in the week? Maria Soden.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're getting a break from the rain this weekend, but we are going to see a slight drop in temperatures as well. And then starting next week, we are going to see the storms coming back, but we should be seeing the temperatures go back up by midweek. So taking a look at Saturday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with Hilton Head having a high of 75, a low of 63, Bluffton's have a high of 77, a low of 60, and Beaufort's have a high of 77 and a low of 61. Come Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with Hilton Head having a high of 80, a low of 63, Bluffton's have a high of 82, a low of 60, and Beaufort's have a high of 81 and a low of 61. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 6:27 and sunset's going to be at 8:11. Taking a look at the tides, Saturday low tide's going to be at 7:28 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 12:23 p.m. And then come Sunday, low tide's going to be at 8:19 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 1:11 p.m. Taking a look into next week, Monday is going to start cloudy but turn sunny by the afternoon, but then we are going to see some thunderstorms rolling in the evening. Highs are going to be in the upper 70s, lows in the 60s. Then come Tuesday, we're going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and going into the evening. Highs are going to be in the upper 70s, lows are going to be in the 70s. And then come Wednesday, we're going to see thunderstorms in the morning, but should be clearing up in the afternoon and staying clear into the evening. Highs are going to be in the upper 80s, lows in the 70s. That's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. Still plenty to come on the WHHI Daily News. We're going to talk about second helpings and how you can help them help so many people in the Lowcountry. We'll talk about a Bluffton Summer Explorer program and a little more about Mother's Day. Stay with us.